Holding On, Letting Go. Article by Sona Gevorgyan. Published on December 31st, 2025, on EVN Reports Lifestyle magazine, SALT. New Year's celebrations have never been something I've looked forward to. Every December, I catch myself wondering why I slip into Grinch mode while everyone else counts down with excitement. My last truly warm New Year's memory is from the year before my grandmother passed away, our final New Year's Eve together as a family. I can still feel the heat of her kitchen, hear the sound of pots clinking, and smell the familiar blend of spices drifting down the hallway. We gathered around the table just before midnight, lifting our glasses to a new year in Yerevan. Nothing has felt quite the same since. Part of Armenian New Year's traditions is celebrating family and heritage, and nowhere is this more evident than at the holiday table. My grandmother made sure of that. She would stay in the kitchen until minutes before midnight, emerging just as the televised New Year's address to the nation began. She would only sit down once every dish had found its place on the table: warm plates of fried blinchiks, delicate crepe-like pancakes filled with minced meat, dolma wrapped tightly in soft grape leaves or pale cabbage, and freshly baked gata. She always tucked a small coin into the gata, a symbol of good fortune for whoever received that slice. There was also boud, pork leg, crisp pastries filled with meat, bowls of nuts and dried fruits, fresh winter fruits, basturma with its unmistakably sharp aroma, and kufta. She made stolichny too, a salad of diced boiled vegetables mixed with tender pieces of meat and creamy mayonnaise. For many families, including ours, the day began with kash, the steam rising from garlicky bowls at dawn as we gathered around the table, half asleep but happy. Before moving to Armenia, my family and I would welcome the new year in Kuwait, home to a large, lively Armenian community. Music blasted from speakers, voices layered on top of each other, and the air smelled of dozens of homemade dishes. We sang and danced to Tata Simonian and Aram Asatrian. We watched Our Yard, Merbak, a musical comedy about life in a typical Yerevan courtyard, and shared a potluck with flavors from every corner of the diaspora. But the table was never complete without rice. My godmother, a Persian Armenian, always made Iranian-style cello, steamed long-grain rice. Everyone waited for the tadig, that golden, crispy bottom layer she broke apart with a spoon, its crackle announcing the best part of the meal. By 3 a.m, everyone headed home, the new year duly welcomed. In Armenia, the holiday season traditionally stretched from January 1st to the Old New Year on January 13th. For nearly 2 weeks, people visited the homes of relatives, neighbors, and friends. 13 days of non-stop coffee, conversation, and clearing plates. Today, the visits are shorter and the pace much faster. Even our celebrations have adapted to time. Many now prefer to travel and spend New Year's abroad, escape to the countryside, or celebrate in restaurant halls. New Year's has never fully returned to its old rhythm. Laughter feels softer. Tables feel heavier. Since the 2020 war, many families begin their new year by visiting cemeteries and paying respect to the fallen soldiers. With Armenia's shifting political landscape, the uncertainty we live with echoes through our holidays. The past feels distant, the future unclear, and the present suspended somewhere in between. After returning to Armenia from a year abroad, people kept telling me I had changed. My response was simple. Of course, I changed. I didn't leave to come back the same person. But their comments made me think about how difficult it is for us, as a society, to accept change. How tightly we cling to versions of the past that no longer exist. Maybe it's time we make space for something new. Even the weather in Yerevan has changed. Winters once defined by sharp, icy air and heavy snowfall have softened. Streets that once crunched beneath boots now remain mostly bare. It's as though even the seasons are hesitating alongside us. This year, as the city's Christmas tree and decorations slowly went up, online criticism spread almost immediately. Isn't it too soon? Too early? Too festive? But really, when is the right time? Perhaps this year, instead of resisting change, we can choose to embrace it. The new year offers us an opportunity, not a forced celebration, but a reframing. Instead of fighting change, both personal and societal, we can let it guide us toward a better future for our country. New Year's celebrations have always symbolized renewal, and this year that symbolism feels especially relevant. Change is inevitable. Maybe it's time we make room for it, and instead of allowing it to unsettle us, we can let it shape us.